And hello, YouTube and all movie fans, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with your host, me, Jonathan. Well, the wait is over and it's finally here. The most anticipated movie for DC since Batman v Superman for this year, obviously. And it's the brand new Suicide Squad. Now, a lot of people are keeping their fingers crossed and hopefully this movie is awesome or just at least good enough, better than Batman v Superman. Because a lot of people are already talking about all of that, certain critics don't like the movie, this is horrible, I can't believe DC's gonna lose another movie, can they hit the ball out of the park with this one? Well, I can tell you that Suicide Squad is awesome. I really love this movie. Now, this is my own personal opinion, so if you have a different opinion about it, that's cool. We're all film fans here. It should be fun to think what you want. But this is my personal opinion. This movie is beyond awesome, okay? First of all, this movie is directed by David Ayer, and it stars Margot Robbie, Will Smith, Jai Courtney, Cara Delevingne, and Viola Davis. Now, the Suicide Squad, if you don't know, is a government task force that the government basically gets supervillains or people with abilities to take on bigger threats that they don't want to deal with, like other super beings, somebody like Superman or something like that. So they hire these guys, they get them to do what they gotta do, and if they die, they die. If they ruin the city, they just blame them and then lock them up in jail. So in this movie, they get the team to take out a certain situation. And like I said, the mission, pretty simple. You go in, you get the bad guy, and you get out. Obviously, right? Well, like I said, this movie had its moments of humor. Like there was no tomorrow. I literally laughed like a lot in this movie. And also, just letting you know, if you want to know, not much of a spoiler, but this takes place after Batman v Superman, so if you wanted to know that. Anyway, let's start with the cast. First of all, Will Smith as Deadshot was beyond awesome. He was funny, he was charismatic, he was badass. He was basically Will Smith times 2. He was fun. He really felt like Will Smith. I mean, we haven't had Will Smith in an action movie in quite some time. After Earth, thank you very much. Don't ask. Anyway, I thought he did a great job in this movie. Usually there are stories out there that he thinks he's the biggest star on the planet and he must take the spotlight in this movie. And in this movie, dude shares in this movie. He does sustain. When the other actors do their thing, they do their thing. It's incredible. He was great. I really liked him as Deadshot, and hopefully I get to see him in more future Batman films. And you got another thing you got to know here. Basically, all these villains in this movie are more Batman villains than anybody else, except for Captain Boomerang, but I'll get to him in a moment. Next I want to talk about is Harley Quinn, played by Margot Robbie. And, my God, they actually got her right, because I was wondering, okay, can they get her right? Can they give her, be like the Joker, crazy, but stay beautiful as well, and just beyond nuts. Excuse me. Well, they did that 10 times in this movie, because she was awesome, she was hot, she was basically everything you can imagine of Harley Quinn from the comics and of obviously the animated show, because if you notice, Harley Quinn was never invented for the comics until after the cartoon, the Batman animated series. So she became very popular and a lot of people wanted her in the movies, and well, she was great. I loved her. Beyond awesome. I love all her lines. She was just incredible. Incredible. Now, of course, we get to some other people. We have Killer Croc for the first time in the DC cinematic universe. Killer Croc is this crocodile guy. He's a Batman villain too. He's very strong. He has crocodile-like features. He can go underwater, breathe underwater, do all that. Super strength. He was great too. I mean, didn't say much, but, just by seeing him physically, he was incredible. The makeup design with him was pretty well done. I really liked it a lot. It really showed like he has scales. It looked really cool, so I enjoyed him. I hope to see him in maybe some future Batman movies. hopefully. I hope we get a whole bunch of these villains as potential Batman villains. There's a whole bunch of them, so, you know, do your pick. Then, of course, we have Captain Boomerang. Captain Boomerang, he's just a bank robber. He's just, you know, he's a steal, and he throws boomerangs. He hits his target every time, and, you know, he was cracking jokes in this movie. He was funny. Jai Courtney, a lot of people don't like him a lot. I like him. He's pretty cool. He hasn't bothered me in a movie. So, you know, I can't say anything negative about him, but he was pretty fun in this movie. You know, some of the lines he had made me laugh a lot, so I really enjoyed him. Then we go to Viola Davis. Amanda Waller, I think she nailed it on the head. I think she really hit it out of the park, because Amanda Waller in the comics and in the cartoon, she's very calculated, very dangerous, but she also keeps that government look. Like, you know, I'm the government, I have to do what I have to do, but she does things her own way that you wouldn't expect. And in this movie, she kind of scared the heck out of me in this movie. Just the way she acts and talks, and, you know, the way she takes charge, and all the Suicide Squad members. They put fear into all of them. That's how big she was in this movie. I mean, granted, in the comics she's a big woman, but in this, she was just big as Ego. You know, she was very scary. So I think she did a fantastic job in this movie. Well done. She did really good. So we get to and then we got Katana. Katana was in this movie as well. We don't know who Katana is. Katana is this woman who has this basically enchanted sword, and everybody she kills, she collects the soul into the sword, and they get trapped for all eternity. She was fine. I had no problems with her. She's more an Arrow, but, you know, in the TV show, but I liked her for what she was. She's not in the beginning of the movie, but she's near the end. That's a little spoiler, but honestly, that doesn't really matter. But she was good for what she was used for. I enjoyed that. Maybe we'll see her more in more movies. Who knows? Okay. So you want to know who's the main attraction of this movie? Well, he's not really the main attraction, but he's one of the big key things. He's not a member of the Suicide Squad, but he's in this movie, and it's the Joker. Now, I'm gonna tell you straight up right now. If you don't want to know this, that's fine. But a little warning: he's not in this movie a lot. So, is he good, or is he better than Heath Ledger? Well, I can't say he's better than Heath Ledger, or even Jack Nicholson yet. I have to see him in a solo Batman movie, but Jared Leto's Joker, so far so good. Dude reminded me of Scarface meets The Godfather meets maybe Al Capone. This guy was pretty much a gangster. It was just ridiculous. And all those tattoos that he has, if you've seen the pictures, you won't barely ever notice it, because the way he talks is smooth, you know, calculated. You know, he was he was a nutcase, but everybody fears him. You see everybody he talks to in the movie, they listen to him. They're like, yeah, you can see like in the eyes, they're like really scared of him. So yeah, I'm not going to be around him either. And his interaction with Harley Quinn was perfection, just like in the cartoon. Obviously in the cartoon and in the comics he slaps her around, but they're not going to show that here. But their romance in this movie felt real. It felt like they both loved each other. And even though he's crazy and he'll do anything to get what he wants, he knows what he wants. He wants Harley Quinn, and she wants him too. And it just worked. I couldn't believe how the chemistry, they nailed the chemistry perfect. It was perfection. It was just great. I didn't think they were going to do that, like really do it. And they did it, you know, in a completely different way, obviously, but still, it worked. It made it look real, and I enjoyed it. And like I said, he's not in the movie as much, but you know what? You don't have to worry about it, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna save him for a Batman movie, so that way he'll be in the whole thing. And oh yeah, if you want to answer that question, have you seen the trailers? Batman's in the movie, but not as much. But when he's in the movie, he does his thing, and he was good. Ben Affleck as Batman is already good for me, so I'm cool with that. So now, are there any things that in this movie didn't work for me? Well, there's one character in this movie called Slipknot. He's just a minor character. He was just in it for like 5 seconds and gone. So I'm not gonna worry about him either. And there's a minor detail. I really didn't have any problems with this. I really liked the music in this movie. I really liked the flashbacks. I mean, there are, people have said in the, the reviews that there are flashbacks. I like the flashbacks because it does tell some of the origins of the villains. Because you don't want to do a whole movie with each villain's origin completely, because then you'd just be like, drags the movie on, You want to get to the main point, the movie. So they do the flashbacks of their origins, obviously, and they do it in a really cool way. And like I said, I really enjoyed this movie. I like it a lot. I couldn't find anything problems with it. If there are problems with it, probably yeah. But I'm not going to worry about it, because in my personal opinion, I enjoyed it more than I can even think about negatives. So I'm not going to have any problems with this movie. So this is going to be the first, maybe the second movie I give a 10. Because I'm giving this movie a 10, and I love it a lot. So I'm hoping that you guys go and watch it for yourself. You don't have to agree with me that it's a 10 or whatever. You can disagree and be like, oh, I like this movie. It's fun. It's fun. Just go and watch it. Don't worry about what those critics say, because that's their opinion. You might have a different opinion. You might give it a 7 or 6 or 5. That's cool with you. If you like that movie, you don't like it, that's cool too. So just go out there, watch the movie for yourself, and see what you think. But like I said, I enjoyed the Suicide Squad. They were awesome. DC did it. So for me personally, they did it. I'm okay now. Now when I go see Wonder Woman next year, I'm not going to go with high expectations. I'm going to go with a clear mind and just go watch it. And same thing with Justice League. And do the same thing. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. And have you seen the Suicide Squad? Do you want to see it? Are you even interested in this movie? You Marvel or DC, pick one. Leave a comment below and let me know. And always, thank you and have a good day.